Today we have none other than Shawn Showtime Wiggins live in the Kidney Conversations. So Shawn, talk to us. First, I want to know about this weight loss journey. You have had an amazing weight loss journey, and I know that we have a lot of folks that are watching us who may be struggling with their weight. I've said it on many kidney cafes about me going up and down in weight and in the 6th grade with 40 Huskies. I want to know a little bit about your story. Talk to me about your weight loss journey.
Well, I want to first say thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
And what you're doing, nobody else is doing. Nobody's doing, making people aware about their health and what's going on. Very important. Something that's way past overdue.
Okay.
I was 242 pounds initially. Now I'm currently 165 pounds. What led me to my journey was I was tired of being in pain. I was tired of being sore. I was maybe 4, 5, 6 feet. My bathroom is right there. I would wake up and have to sit up on the side of the bed. And it's taking 5, 6 minutes before I could actually get myself together. I was just tired of being drained. I was tired of just my mental, everything was overbalancing. And I took the initiative I was a pescatarian. I was a pescatarian since '89. I ate fish, I ate seafood, and so forth. And when I became vegan, all I had to do was cut out the seafood, fish, and the eggs and cheese. When I did that, I dropped an additional 15 pounds.
Wow.
It just fell off.
Okay, so let's get this right. So you dropped 15 pounds by just dropping off the fish, the seafood, and the dairy.
Yes. It just scared me.
Okay.
A light came on. A light came on, and then my body was able to be able to respond. When I really, being a vegan, it made me realize the importance of your body.
Yes.
You know, it made me realize the importance of my body and how your body operates. Your body fights every day to heal itself. Okay. We don't know it because we don't never give it a chance to do it. And, you know, like every 7 days, your intestines, it heals itself. Every 30, 27 days, your main organs, it rejuvenates, it heals itself through rejuvenating the cells and so forth. But it's rejuvenated from what you eat. Okay. You know, me being a vegan,
And wait a minute, before you go there, because one of my questions was going to be, what are you doing now? So we see that you're going that you live a vegan lifestyle. But before we go to commercial break, I just wanted to ask you, do you miss anything about being a pescatarian?
At first, I did because we taught and trained.
Now, you know you miss that good old salmon. Now, wait a minute. That good old catfish that Chef Benet makes. Come on now, brother.
Initially, in the beginning, I did because I was equipped and designed for taste. I was equipped and designed for which we all are. And a lot of our sickness come from because we like taste opposed to liking minerals or vitamins what our body need.
Okay, that's a perfect segue for us to go into commercial. Before we went to break, I was asking him to tell me what do he consider himself now, and he said a vegan. Talk to me, explain to me about you becoming a vegan.
Well, I'm a vegan. I'm a plant, let me specify this. I'm a plant-based vegan.
Okay.
Plant-based, I consider I just use all raw. I eat 85% of my food raw. I eat 85% raw. And when I took control of my
First
health.
of all, that don't even sound right to me.
Yes, 85% raw. What I mean by raw, I'm talking about vegetables, whole, alkaline, whole food, plant-based vegan.
I got you. So let me just say this. I know that there had to have been a step. So tell me where we're missing from you being, you go from pescatarian to becoming a vegan and then a plant. So did you do vegan first, then plant-based later on? Or you jumped straight from pescatarian to a plant-based vegan?
Well, all this research, all this is new to me. No, this is something that I did my research and then as my doors start opening them up, I changed my circle. I did a total life change.
Okay.
I did a total life change. A life change as far as me, I started surrounding myself around people who was involved in what I was doing. Being a vegan and so forth. That's how I got educated. And what really educated me is my body started responding.
Okay.
The back pains.
Okay, so what do you mean that your body started responding?
What I mean by that, my body started responding was, I say 70% of men are dehydrated and have no clue. I wasn't consuming water. Now I do some of the basic cosmetics. I drink a gallon of water a day.
Okay.
I make sure I get my seeds and my berries and so forth. I eat now specifically for what my body needs and not what I want or what I like to taste.
Okay.
And
so I'm still thinking, not to cut you off, I'm still wondering though, for the people that are out there who say, well, I want to cross over from fish to now being a plant-based vegan. I'm just thinking now, is there steps to it? Do we go from doing fish and vegetables to slowly moving away from fish and add more vegetables and cut down my consumption of meat and then eventually just no meat, no vegetable at all? I'm just trying to figure out, how do we go from, we're saying that we're doing pescatarian style to just now being a plant-based vegan? Talk to me.
That's a very good question. And my scenario was, I showed you off the air the numbers, how people are falling from the silent killers, heart disease, 600-some thousand a year dying from heart disease, 70-some thousand a year dying from diabetes.
Okay.
We have people women and children, men, especially women, 80-some thousand, 70-some thousand dying from breast cancer. So when I got more involved and I was being more educated, food, what we consume, plays a major part of our sickness. And when I became the difference in separation, like I said again, my body started responding. I was able to function. I became more energy. My mind was clear.
Okay, so again, you went from. So was it something inside of you to say no more fish, no more shrimp? That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at someone like me who I know, and I know we're gonna take a break in a second, when someone like me who I'm just so used to my catfish and my shrimp and my crabs and all of that, but I'm watching my sodium intake, what happened to go from the fish, and maybe we're gonna do this after break, what happened to go from the fish to just strictly vegetables? Because it has to be some kind of lifestyle change. Something had to happen.
Everything had lightning struck. What happened? Kidney stones. I developed kidney stones.
Here we go.
Now I was a pescatarian. I ate fish. I ate a little seafood. I ate spinach. I was eating what I thought was healthy. I thought it was healthy. And when them kidneys, I don't wish that on nobody.
Okay, so we're gonna pause right there and go to commercial break.
Man.
On this week, we'll be discussing what is a vegan, what is a plant-based vegan, what is a junk food vegan, and of course we have to talk about the superfoods that's good for people with KD and CKD. Most importantly, what are the different healthy options and choices that we can take while preparing meals? So tune in to the Kidney Cafe with yours truly, Chef Renee, every week where on the Urban Television Network.
Kidney stones.
Okay.
Kidney stones what drove me to say, hey, wait, that pain that I experienced, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Kidney stones, and that's exactly what it is. It developed kidney stones. Fried food, this bad eating along with bad lifestyle.
Okay, so what was the big thing that happened that was a transformation? You got sick, and what was the pain level like?
The pain level, when the pain, this is the pain level. I went through a series. I vomited, I threw up, I cried.
But you didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on. When I got to the doctor,
Was it your stomach? Was it your stomach? Was the pain was in your stomach, in your back?
It was all over. It was all over because what it actually does, it's actually developed to a stone. The salt, the build up, it develops to, and what it does, when it's traveling through your body, your veins, it scrapes the wall of your veins. So some people will experience blood in their urine and so forth. Some it'll pass through for some.
Okay.
Then some have to get surgery. And that alone, I said, I don't want to experience that again. And I sat and spoke with my doctor. You have to ask questions. I spoke and asked my doctor. He told me it's about a balance. And I wanted the best. So my thing is, I say, well, I don't want this ever happen again. I want to get the fullness of my body. So I started looking at what transpired, how did it happen, and so forth. And at my result, I said vegan. That's the best thing for my body.
Okay, so you gave up the fish and the seafood and everything because you had bad kidney stones. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I was told that sometimes your kidney stones, you can just pass them.
Well, yeah, some you can. Everybody's different, depends on your lifestyle.
Okay.
Being active is so important. Being active. You got Miss Jones who's playing in your garden. She's moving around. She's 87 years old. And exercising is about moving. Your lymphatic system is about moving. That is one of your most inner cellular. That's your mass. That's your mass inside your system.
And you know what? And it's funny that you said that, and we're going to move on. Our time is winding down, but it's funny that you said that because of two things. The first thing is that I noticed that when I go jogging, I feel amazing. Not right in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, of course, but I feel amazing because I can feel the transformation and I can feel myself, my body changing because of the exercise. And the second thing I wanted to mention was we just lost an icon, Cicely Tyson. And one of the quotes that I read that she talked about was playing with her godson, Tyler Perry's son, on the floor. She's 96 on the floor playing, and he's watching over them to make sure that she don't hurt herself. And I remember one thing that you said, and I want you to repeat that again about people falling. Talk to us about that.
Why do old people fall down and they can't get up?
Because they don't have their life alert. No, I'm joking.
That's when somebody don't come. Because they don't practice getting down. It's like anything. Somebody young, why you can't do push-ups? You don't practice push-ups. It's a muscle. I mean, a lot of our illness becomes we getting away from a lot of things we did when we was children. My mindset is a child. My mindset is being active, smiling, having a good time. That is the best health in the world. Start at your mindset.
Absolutely. So listen, we're going to have to go to break in about 2 minutes, but what I wanted to do is I want to talk to you about, I want you to talk to me about what I see on your sweatshirt.
That's it, baby.
And that's Planted by Nature. Talk to me about Planted by Nature. What is
This started from my
Nature?
kidney stones. And we don't have, what you're doing again, I compliment you, and this is very important to a lot of people in the community. People not aware of their own health. And Planted by Nature is, our mission is educating people on preventable care.
Okay.
Diabetes, the silent killers, with good food, good health, healthy food, along with a good positive mindset. Planted by Nature, what we do and what we specify and what we talk about is educating people on diabetes, the silent killers, prostate cancer. You know, one of the second leading causes of death is prostate cancer. Our number one is lung cancer, heart disease.
And you know what? I think this is a great time to also just mention, and I want you to pick this up when we come back from break, because I want you to go into your mission, but I want you to really have a conversation to the brothers. When we come back, I want you to look into the camera, and what would you say to the brothers, especially prostate cancer, lung cancer, stomach cancer? We have a lot going on, and a lot of times our Black African-American brothers are not going to the doctors until it's almost too late. But I know, hold it, because we got to go to break. I know Showtime is ready to take off with this, but when we come back, we're going to learn about the mission, and we're going to learn about, I want him to talk to the brothers today, because I noticed that that is one of the issues that we have, trying to get them to the doctor. So we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, Showtime is going to have a special word for the brothers. We'll be right back. Hey guys, here. So I wanted Shawn to talk to the brothers today because he has an amazing career. We didn't really get into him being an award-winning barber instructor, an award-winning, having an amazing barbershop right in the eclectic U Street area here in Washington, D.C., Showtime Barbers. So if you ever decide to come into the area, we definitely want you to be a part of his platform, especially Planted by Business, Planted by Nature, which we're going to talk about a little bit more. But Shawn, what would you tell the brothers out here in reference to, we're talking about all the colon cancer, the lung cancer, stomach cancer, and a lot of it has to do with our brothers not going to the doctors. What would you say to them?
I would tell them,
look in the camera, talk to them.
And what I would tell my students, I would tell them, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, the most important thing is you. This is in my mind. So I would ask everybody in the classroom, I said, who, and each and every one, I would ask them, who is the most important thing to you?
Okay.
Basics, my children, my moms, my grandma, so forth and so forth. And I would listen to that, and I would say, wow. And I would say, why? Why are they important? Why are they more important than you? I say, because if you're the household, you're the man, you're doing all these things. If you're not together, then what? You know, if you're not together, then what? I also was having a problem with my prostate. That is the second leading cause of death for African American men, is the prostate cancer. And you know what? And colon cancer is another one. This is something that we can control. This is something that we can reverse.
Exactly.
And Planted by Nature, what we do, we educate people, brothers, sisters, educating them the importance of what we consume has a lot of what goes on with our body. physically and mentally as well as health-wise.
And you know what? I'm glad that you said that because, ladies and gentlemen, it's important that we have to become a team when we do this. You know, if you're living in the house with your dad, your uncle, your brother, your husband, and you know that they rarely go to the doctor unless they sick, and how many of us get sick and we try to do a lot of over-the-counter things because we just have an issue with going into that doctor's office. We have to change that stigma because it is important for our black men to live a long, prosperous life. But we can't do that if we keep ducking and dodging and if we really want to go see the physician.
That's right, that's right. You can't, I sit down, I talk to doctors, and the doctor told me something that perplexed me so much. He said, men, two things he brought up a good point. He said, one, guys will come to the doctor because they don't see us. It's not enough black doctors.
Okay.
It's not enough black doctors. Another thing he said, a person would sit back and say, well, hey man, I don't want to know what's going on. I'll wait till it happens. And that's one of the worst things that can happen.
True. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons why we have Shawn Showtime Wiggins here is because he's one of the few barbershop owners that I know that have those thought-provoking conversations with their clients because the barbershop is what?
Yes.
The barbershop is the hub where we go, we get more information. Go ahead and say it.
That's right. I'm an old-fashioned, but I talk. I talk, and one of the best things I give my clients is to education on their health.
Yes.
Education on their health. So many guys will sit in my chair, they tired, high blood pressure, diabetes, and so forth and so forth. And I'm saying, hey, brother, I would spend majority of my time talking to them and educating them on how can they reverse that, how can they heal themselves. And it's basic information. Getting proper rest, consuming a gallon of water a day. Those are constantly keeping good positive thoughts. These are things that are important in your health, and we overlook it because we've been taken away from the things that are important, which is yourself, your health.
Well, one of the things that I don't have to ask then, what is the mission? Because you basically told us about how you're going to educate the community in reference to their health and how important it is.
Yes.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break now. When we come back, we're going to have our closeout because I want to know, since this is the Kidney Cafe franchise, we want to know what kind of dishes that he like to prepare as a plant-based vegan. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our closing, but we want to hear about plant-based vegan recipes.
And vegan boot camp.
And the vegan boot camp. All right, so we'll be right back, guys, after these messages. On this week, we'll be discussing what is a vegan, what is a plant-based vegan, what is a junk food vegan, and of course we have to talk about the superfoods that's good for people with KD and CKD. Most importantly, what are the different healthy options and choices that we can take while preparing meals? So tune in to the Kidney Cafe with yours truly, Chef Renee, every week where on the Urban Television Network. Shawn, talk to us about this vegan boot camp, and then close out with one of your favorite plant-based vegan dishes.
Vegan boot camp. Vegan boot camp is what I created, and actually it's just a format to really show you where you are, and it also can to let you know your capabilities and how much you're not really utilizing your body and all the things that you're blessed with. I would say that for vegan boot camp, you can do this at home. This is what I want you to do, people. You can do this at home. For 7 days straight, I want you to cook for yourself. I want you to substitute sodas for like more of a water. I want you to substitute white starches for some type of fresh leafy green vegetable. Do that for 7 days. I can guarantee you will have more energy.
Okay, so then tell us of one of your good vegan dishes.
One of my vegan dishes that I like to prepare is to be honest with you, what you call it my hot and cold salad. And what I do, I will maybe saute. When I cook my vegetables, for me cooking my vegetables, I put it in hot water.
Okay.
80% of my meals I prepare myself. I know what's going in my food. I know what I'm consuming. That's very important.
So you say hot and cold. Give it to us real quick.
Hot and cold. So what I do, I would put my vegetables in some hot water.
Okay.
I would boil the water, let it cut all the gas. Then I would dump my vegetables in it, just to blanch it and so forth.
Okay.
And what I would do, I would take the same vegetables like my kale and dandelion leaves and so forth, and collard greens. I love eating collard greens raw. And I would cut them up and dice them up with the greens. Some of my vegetables were sitting in the hot water. I saute together.
So basically, you would take your hot vegetables. You'll take your blanched some vegetables, mix it with the cold vegetables.
Exactly.
Very good.
Exactly.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with us in the Kidney Conversations.
Thank you for
and
having
we'll see you again on next week.